Hello, welcome in another important video. I hope you all are doing great. In this video, let's try to understand use case of run instruction in our Docker file. Alright, so run instruction basically allows us to run commands inside our Docker image. Let's say if you want to install some dependencies before you launch your Docker container, then in that case also you can take a help of run command and you can install dependencies. So the basic use case of run command is to run commands inside your Docker image. Okay, so let's see this in action. So first of all, we will need to mention our base image. So let's use Ubuntu image for now. So let's imagine you have created some Node.js project and now you want to run that project in a Docker container. So how you can do this? First of all, you will need your base image. So let's say you have choose to use Ubuntu image itself. Okay, now in order to run your Node.js code in your Docker container, first dependency you will need to resolve is Node.js itself. You will need to install Node.js inside your Ubuntu image. Okay, so how you gonna install it? And that's exactly when run command becomes helpful. So as we already saw and as I already mentioned, run command basically allows us to run commands inside our base image. So simply we can mention this run command, and first of all we will need to update our Ubuntu image. So in that case the command will be apt get update, and then we will need to mention another instruction saying apt get install node.js, and we will need to mention -y in order to bypass all yes or no instructions. Okay, just these two lines will install our node.js dependency in our Ubuntu image. So if we build image from this Docker file, we will get node.js installed by default. So this is really useful because now you don't need to worry about the dependencies in order to run your project. Okay, this is the advantage of using run command. Another property is you can mention as many run commands you want. Okay, but each run command will create a new layer in your Docker image. We will see this in a moment, but let's just save this file. Let's go back. Now let's try to create image of this Docker file. So we have already seen this command. We'll need to use build command. Then I will give it a tag, let's say image1, and then I'll simply pass dot because our Docker file is in current directory itself. Well, there is some spelling mistakes. Let's improve this. Now if you see here, it is started installing Node.js. Now as you can see here, build process successfully completed. Now if I scroll it a little bit up, so let's see what happened here. So as soon as I run this build command, first thing it happened as usual, it will download Ubuntu latest image from the Docker hub. And then the next thing it did, okay, it updated, downloaded Ubuntu image. Now the next thing happened, it started installing Node.js. Okay, so all three instructions which we have provided in our Docker file is now fulfilled. So now let's see. So let me clear this terminal. Now let's see what all images we have locally available. So as you can see, we have two images. First is our Ubuntu image, which is downloaded from Docker Hub, and the next image, which is our custom image, in which we will have Node.js installed. You can clearly see the size difference between these two images. This image, which is created by us, has more size because we have some dependencies installed in it. Okay, so let's see, do we actually have this dependency installed or not? In order to check this, we will need to run this Docker image and we will need to create container of it. So I will use Docker run command and I will use -it in order to access terminal of this image, and then I will provide name of the image and then simply mention bin bash. Okay, so now we are inside of the Docker container node-v. Well, as you can see here, we have version 12.22.9 is installed in this image. So this is how we can install dependencies using run command. Okay, I want to show you one more thing. So let's inspect our image 1. And you can see here we have 3 layers. It is because we have used 3 instructions in our Docker file. In order to reduce size of the image, Docker always recommend you to use less number of layers in your Docker file. So how we can reduce number of layers? Let's see that as well. So let me exit our full screen. And let's go back to our Docker file again. But if you see this, can we combine these 2 commands in a one run command? Yes, obviously we can. We just need to copy this command. Let's remove this run command and we will need to put ampersand. As soon as first command get run completely, we can run another command. With this way we will save another layer in our Docker image and hopefully it will be able to optimize our image. Okay, let's try this. Let's save this and we will need to create another image. Okay, now this time I will give name to this image 2. Okay, so image 2 is ready now. Let me clear this up and let's inspect image 2 now. Now if you see here, we have 2 layers only. And let's create container of image 2. Let's see if it actually works or not. So if I use node -v, it will give same results as previous. So this means using single run instruction, we can run multiple commands. So Docker always recommend you to use multiple commands in a same run instruction in order to optimize your Docker image. Okay, so let's quickly summarize what we have learned. Okay, basically run instruction in our Docker file allows us to run commands inside our Docker base image. Okay, so the second property of run instruction is we can run multiple run instructions, but Docker always recommend to run multiple commands using ampersand. With this way we will avoid creating multiple layers in our Docker image. So I hope you have understood this entire video. Well, I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.